Hey everyone, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Duchess Labeline. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, hi. I'm so sorry. I have been MIA for approximately 12 days. It's not, oh no. It's not great, but I do have excuses and reasons and defenses. One of them would be I signed up to volunteer at a hospital for a week. It was a very illuminating experience, but at the same time, I didn't realize how exhausting and time consuming said obligation was going to be. So by the time I would get home, I'd be so tired. And on it went for an entire week that I just did not plan for completing the face album and everything that I do on this channel. So yeah, that's where those 12 days went. And then after that week long hospital, volunteer work, because it's not a work because I wasn't getting paid, but it was just me helping around and stuff like that. My family had an IRL obligation, which was one of our cousins, family member was getting married, and they were getting married, and the lady's family was 6 hours away from us. So we were all going to support. This was kind of like the introduction of families. It's a kind of a formal ceremony. I'm Nigerian, specifically Igbo. We do bride price. And technically this was the negotiation of the bride price. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a patriarchal tradition. We are a very patriarchal society where the family of the bride sets a price that encapsulates what the bride is worth. I know, it sounds bad. Anyways, and like itemize it. So back in the day, it would be like, oh, our daughter is worth 10 cows and 5 goats and 3 chickens and 50,000 naira. Naira is the currency of Nigeria, and like just the list goes on. And I'm Igbo, so we very much we observe that tradition. We observe that tradition. I happen to be on the groom side of the family, so we were going to support the groom to be who is going to buy the wife. He's going to pay for the price of the he's gonna pay the price of the bride. It sounds so bad. It really does. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh no, it's it's totally fine. Sometimes it's not, but no matter what it is, whether tradition or not, what is most important are the intentions and the action. In this particular case, I'm happy to say that the family of everybody involved, the family of the bride to be, the family of the grooms to be, me, the groom and the brides themselves, value each other, value the freedom of each other. It's as progressive as it could be while also leaving space for tradition. Okay, so it's not like it could have been. There are terrible bride price examples, but we're not going to go into that today. I'm just here to say that it was a ceremony similar to, it's been stripped off and kind of changed to be much more progressive in the same vein as the engagement ceremony of white people here in the US, right? Where the families come together and have a list of things that the newlywed would need in their house, and the well-wishers and loved ones of the family would buy those items and give to them. So it's something to that effect, okay? So it's not as patriarchal and traditionally stifling as it could be way back when. Anyways, I'm not talking about bride price. The ceremony was awesome. It is what it is. I will say though, the family lived 6 hours away from us, so we had to drive. I had to drive 6 hours. I couldn't do that, so my sibling drove 2 hours. I drove the remaining 4 hours. And normally I wouldn't even bother to offer to drive, because why would I stress myself when I could just be sitting and chilling in the car? But I had a plan and I had a mission. And that's why I decided to drive 4 hours. What was the plan? Well, I know for a fact that neither of my family members would ever want to listen to BTS because they don't listen to anything foreign. They don't even watch foreign movies or TV shows because of the subtitles. Like, they stick to what they know. English entertainment only and Afrobeats only. So they know that I like BTS, but they're not going to go out of their way to listen to BTS. But there's a rule in our household where the person who drives is the one who controls the radio. So that was the plan. I decided that I was going to drive 4 hours just to force my family to listen to BTS, because I know that if they heard them, they would enjoy BTS. But I know that they are not going to listen to them on their own. So that's what I did. I drove for 4 hours with a lot of breaks in between because it was exhausting to do that much. I don't know how people go on road trips for like from one part of the US to the other part of it. Like it could not be me. Just the 4 hours I drove was just was a lot. But I drove that. Before I drove, I created a Spotify playlist. Let me see, do I have it? Yes, I do have it. Oh, wait, 1 second. Let me hide all unimportant stuff. Okay. This is it. I created a Spotify playlist of recent songs, which is from 2021 to 2023. Everything that I could think of, collabs, remixes, instrumentals, everything. I just put it all in one big giant playlist. 156 songs in here, and that's what I played in the car. I put it on and I pressed shuffle, and there we go. For 4 hours, I made them listen to BTS. By the second hour, my sibling already knew My Universe, the collab with Coldplay, and that's because they listen to Coldplay. Apparently a lot of tech people listen to Coldplay for some reason. I don't know. I've never really listened to Coldplay ever in my life. But the My Universe collab was very beautifully done. I will make a commentary on it another time. I still want to finish the face. But anyways, he was very surprised that he was even listening to BTS, because he would clown me and tease me about my Asian men. Like that's what he would say. Like, aren't these your Asian men? Like, I wish. But anyway, he would clown me and tease me about it. And then I heard him play one day in his car, and I'm like, but you're listening to BTS. And he's like, what? No. And I'm like, yeah, it's plain. My Universe is a BTS collab song. I was like, it's Coldplay. And I'm like, yeah, it's also, featuring BTS. And he had to pay really close attention. I was like, oh yeah, there's some parts where they're not speaking English, huh? And I'm like, you didn't know, because it's a good song and you were just vibing with it. And so this time around, I was kind of excited to introduce him to more BTS stuff, even though I knew that he didn't want to do it. Anyways, I played a couple songs. Boy With Love came on. I remember Boy With Love because Borat City magazine talked about it in in the BTS or Rockstars video essay that we reacted to on this channel. She talked about it. I went to go check it out, and I was like, oh, this is pretty fun. So anyway, I played it for the first time, and he's only ever listened to that song that day that I played it. He's never listened to it before. By the second chorus, my boy is humming the song. He was humming it, and I was like, oh, so you do like BTS? And it's like, no. I've never heard this song in my life. I'm just listening to the song for the first time ever. And I'm like, okay, so you only heard the song once and you already humming the melody. Interesting. And he was like, oh shit. And then I was like, so the melody's catchy, isn't it? And he was like, yeah. So after that, because he was so shy and so embarrassed, I think he purposefully did not hum any other song that caught his attention, because BTS has a bunch of catchy songs, not gonna lie. So that was a really cute interaction. That moment made me realize that yes, it was worth it to drive for 4 hours. It is worth it to kidnap my family and make them listen, because I know that if they just listened, they would love BTS. And let's not even talk about my mom. My mom was in the car with me. That woman has no shame. She didn't even care whether it was Asian or not Asian. She didn't care. She was humming along. By the second chorus of pretty much almost any song that I played, she would be humming along. I knew she was a goner when she was humming anytime she heard V, she would hum his part. It is so funny. I just kind of noticed that my mom might be a V bias. Interesting. But she liked V. Like, she doesn't know who he is, but I think she just liked his voice. So anytime his part would come on, she would like hum his parts. It is so weird and interesting. She did it for Film Out. She did it for Fake Love. I knew she was a gunner when she did it for Sweet Night instrumentals. Not the, like, we listened to the instrument. We listened to the normal version. We listened to some other, like, I think some other V songs as well. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know, sorry, not Sweet Night, sorry, Christmas Tree instrumentals. When Christmas Tree instrumentals came on and my mom was humming it after she had just listened to the regular Christmas Tree, I was like, oh, I really am doing something here. Like, this is working. This is really working. I'm actually having results from kidnapping my family to make them listen to BTS, and they're enjoying it. So yes, that was my 4-hour drive spent. So I'm feeling very, very proud of myself. Absolutely proud of myself. And then we got there, and it was a 3-day weekend thing, and something happened over the weekend that really just kind of sapped the joy out of me getting my family to like BTS completely. But it was something over Twitter, and it was very harmful hashtag that was trending that I just was so upset, and like, it had me crying in my hotel room. Like, it was so heartbreaking. And I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about something on this channel that y'all don't want, So I've only ever talked about video essays and music. And if I were to talk about this thing that happened over on Twitter on this channel, I don't know if you guys want it. So I made a poll on the community tab on my channel for you guys to vote to see if you would, I'm sorry I said guys, for you all to vote and see if that's what you want. It's right here. I've already had, I guess, 3 people voting. Yeah, so should I make the video? Should I not make the video? The rest of this is just me talking about me being MIA. But the most important thing is I want you to vote yes or no, whether or not I should make the video or I shouldn't make the video. But it's not going to be a happy video because it wasn't a happy moment for me. Yeah. Anyways. So that happened over the weekend. And then today I finally was able to complete fixing my last video's audio issues. I'm so embarrassed. So when I make videos, I don't rewatch them because I get so shy looking at myself talking. Because then I get to start judging myself. Like, how many times did I say or like? So I just generally don't, like, I will just film it, minimal editing, the most minimal of minimal editing, and just upload it. And that's kind of what I did. But when I did the Alone reaction, I talked about me losing the previous reaction that I did because of technical issues. I was fortunate enough to have caught that one. So that way you guys didn't see the version with the technical issues on it. But for the most recent video, Army YouTube is a Mess by Varsity Magazine, I did not catch the technical difficulties because that happened at the very, very end, and I don't watch my videos back after I record them, so I didn't notice that you can only hear my commentary. You couldn't hear what I was reacting to. You couldn't even hear her videos play. And so somebody reached out to me on Twitter and talked to me about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't catch it. Thank you. So you know who you are when you reach out. Thank you so much. I was very excited that you reached out, but I was also very embarrassed that that's why you reached out. But it gave me the opportunity to sit down and try to figure out how I could rework the issue, and I did. I fixed it, or at least I attempted to fix it, and I re-uploaded a fixed version. It has fixed on it just to like clarify that this is the better version over the other one. I have a lot of beautiful, well thought out comments on the one with the technical issues, so I didn't want to delete that video, because if I delete it, then I delete the comments as well, and I want the comments to stay up because like we were having some nice conversation, So if you really, really, really are curious about what I was reacting to when I laugh at something or I roll my eyes at something, then you can rewatch the fixed version, or you can just skip to the part where the audio cuts up and keep on going. That's fine too. It's there if you want it. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to recently. Yeah. Oh, also, when it comes to things to do as an active as an active army, I recently learned how to buy songs. I know it sounds so stupid, but yes, I recently learned how to buy songs because I have Apple Music, and every time I want to listen to songs, I would just type in Like Crazy, and then Jimin's Beautiful Face would come up, and Like Crazy would come up, but I could just play it and Like Crazy would play. Oh, well, when it loads, it would play. I didn't know how to buy songs, and I was so confused about how people would say they're buying a song or whatever. But I figured out how to do it. So if you're on Apple Music, all you have to do is click the three dots and scroll down to where it says Show in iTunes. When you click that, you're able to buy the song. So this is Like Crazy, and then you buy it for however much it is. Because yeah, if you go to iTunes store just by itself, it has no K-pop selections whatsoever. It just has a bunch of other people. Like, I've never seen Like Crazy or D-Day or Set Me Free. I've never seen any of BTS's songs on here. That makes it just easy to like click once and you buy the song. So that had always confused me. But yeah, search whatever it is you want to buy, click on the three dots, scroll to Show in iTunes store, then you're able to buy whatever it is you need to buy. So that's something I learned, like, when was it? Like, yeah, I think I learned that yesterday. I was playing around with stuff. A lot of people were DMing me about how to donate money and how to buy stuff, and I was like trying to get it all figured out. So I'm really happy I finally got this part figured out, because oh my gosh, that was crazy. So I've been talking for a really long time. Let's get into the actual reason for this video. So I want to react to Like Crazy English version. Yeah, I would react to English version first, then I will do another video to do a reaction commentary on Set Me Free Part 2. Then I would do Like Crazy remixes, just talk about it. And then after that would be the hidden track Letter. We have a video for it, from what I understood. As soon as I saw the video came out, I was like, I'm not gonna watch. It was for Festa, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna watch. I'm gonna watch it with you guys, but at the same time, I am so curious. But we'll leave that for later. So today we're going to watch, we're gonna listen and enjoy Like Crazy English version. And then we would also compare the translated English version to the original English version. So Duset, obviously, is where we'll go for the translated the translated Korean version of Like Crazy. And then we would listen to Genius for the English version of Like Crazy. I can already see that there are differences, but I haven't read through them. It's the first time commentary as usual. So let me put Like Crazy English version. Let's see, where are you? Face. Okay. Ready? Are you ready? Okay, let's go.
I think we could last forever. I'm afraid that everything will disappear. Just trust me. She's saying, baby, come and follow me. There's not a bad thing here tonight. Save your reasons up for later. Stay with me a little while. Watch me go. Now I sink down all alone. Away. Where am I? A dark cage clouding on my eyes. I can hear the voices listening, don't know who they are. I'm trying to take the pressure off, been reaching for the stars. Tell me, will I find myself again when I go too far again? I know, you know, I know. I'd rather be lost in the lights, lost in the lights. I'm out of my mind. Can you help me numb the pain tonight? You spin me up high, emotions on ice. Let me have a taste. Give me a good ride. Oh, it's gonna be a good night. Forever you and all my reflections say I can't even recognize. I'm feeling so unlike wasting time. I'd rather be lost in the lights, lost in the lights. I'm out of my mind. Can you help me numb the pain tonight? You spin me up high, emotions on ice. Let me have a taste. Give me a good ride. Oh, it's gonna be a good night. Forever you. This will break me. This is gonna break me. No, don't you break me. I wanna stay in this dream. Don't save me. Don't you try to save me. I need a way we can dream
Hello again.
We sighed almost at the same time.
What's the point?
Well, that was that was depressing. Gosh, what's the point? Yikes. First of all, I actually would not be able to tell if I've listened to Like Crazy English version versus Like Crazy Korean version because they sound so similar. And that's why I was suspicious enough that I decided to like create a separate video for Like Crazy English version because I read a lot of translated novels, specifically translated from Korean or Chinese. That's like Mandarin, simplified Mandarin, to be honest. The point is, there isn't one-to-one translations for any of the novels that I read. They're always kind of like, the vibe is what's being translated. If somebody is upset, not the words, like the words themselves aren't going to be translated because sometimes they don't make sense. But the general vibe or different diction is chosen to convey the upset. That's kind of how translations work. So to have a song, mind you, not just words, a song where you also have to keep in mind that cadence is important, melodies are important. Like to have a song translated to a different language, it's not going to be the exact translation if you were to just translate the Korean version by itself. Like a translated song has to have different word choices. The vibe is going to be the same, I would hope so, but the actual words themselves chosen is going to have to be different because there's no way the melody is going to work for some of the words. Like a word can be 2-syllable in its original language, but when you translate it to a different language, it's 10-syllable. How is that going to work in a song whose melody needs only 2-syllable? It's not. So a lot of times, different diction, different word choices are made just to be able to keep the same cadence, keep the same melodies across different languages. So I was suspicious. And I'm going to be proven right. I think at least I hope I'm going to be proven right. If I'm proven wrong, it's no matter, but I feel like I'm going to be proven right. Let's see. Yes. Dulcet, why have you forsaken me? There is no well, I guess it's a translation website for BTS's songs, but still, I would love to, like, I have a crush on them now, I guess, because they explain things really beautifully, really straightforward. I love the way they arrange things. But they didn't have an English translation, yeah, because you don't need one. So anyways, this is the Like Crazy Korean translation they have. I am going to contrast and compare them with Like Crazy English version on Genius. I don't know how accurate Genius is, but I guess people like it, and there are 18 collaborators on this project, so who knows. Let's hope they're correct. Yeah, okay. So first verse. Like Crazy English version has an intro, but the Korean version doesn't? What? I'm sure they do. I'm sure I heard them.
I think we could laugh.
Yeah, okay. So they do in fact have an intro. It's just she didn't put it because not she. Dulce didn't include it in the translation because it's in English. Okay, so cool. I think we can last forever. I'm afraid that everything will disappear. Just trust me. Yeah, really setting the tone. But did I talk about the intro the last time? No, I did not. So let me talk about the intro now. Okay.
I think we could last forever. I'm afraid that everything will disappear.
Just trust me.
Oh. I think we can last forever. That's the girl. I'm afraid that everything will disappear. That's the boy. Just trust me. That's the girl. Oh, this put things into perspective. Because I would think that the boy would be the one who is pushing for the relationship. Because that's kind of the entire journey throughout Face. Like, he is the one always pushing for a relationship that she really doesn't want. She lies to him, she hurts him, and da-da-da-da. But in this, Like Crazy, both the Korean and the English version, she's the one saying, I wish we could last forever. And he's saying, I'm afraid everything will disappear. And she's saying, just trust me. So if this is how it's set up, technically, this is the part where she is, I would say, seducing him, giving him false hope, leading him on. That's the word, not seducing. Leading him on. Because there is a part in Face Off that I really want to talk about where, is it Face Off? Yeah, it should be Face Off. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I think it's Face Off where he talks about, blame is on me, I live a pathetic idiot, some miserable nightmare, gave you all my money, gave you all my heart, your masquerade party, I was fucking drunk. Yes. So this is, Face Off is where he talks about how she used him for his money, for his heart, led him on. This, Like Crazy, it comes after Face Off. Like, it's Face Off and then Like Crazy on the album placement. So this part, this intro is giving us a taste of how she led him on, how she played him, why Jimin feels like a miserable idiot. Because even here, he says, I'm afraid that everything will disappear. He is having doubts, but she is like, no, trust me, we will last forever. So this is why he feels like a miserable idiot. Oh, okay. Damn. Shady. This woman is shady. She really is set out to hurt him, like lead him on like this. It's terrible. Okay, so the first verse says, she's saying, baby, come and follow me. There's not a bad thing here tonight. Save your reasons all for later. Stay with me a little while. Oh, so this is the English version. The Korean version says, she is saying, baby, don't think about it. There's not a bad thing here tonight. Baby, it's fine even if you leave me. Stay with me just for today. Baby, it's fine even if you leave me. It seems like the Korean version is a little bit more desperate. Yeah, because the English version is just basically saying that she's saying to Jimin to follow her. And yeah, there's not going to be anything bad. Just, I know you're hesitant, but just keep all the hesitation to yourself, you know. You don't have to listen to those hesitations. Just stay with her and forget all the red flags pretty much. But on this side, it's very much, how do I put it, playing into a certain level of desperation, because she's saying, it's fine even if you leave me, but just for today, please stay with me. Like, she's making herself seem pathetic to keep him, but we both know she's not pathetic. He is the pathetic one because she is playing this man. Oh, this, like, I'm laughing, but like, it's terrible. I hope to never come across a relationship like this, to never participate in a relationship like this. I hope my loved ones, I hope you guys never have to be in a relationship like this. It's terrible. Oh my gosh. Like, just to play with someone's heart by saying, baby, it's fine even if you leave me, but just stay with me for today, knowing full well you're going to break their heart, knowing full well you're going to make them look like a pathetic idiot, live like a pathetic idiot, after taking all their money, taking all their heart, and crushing it. Oh my gosh, terrible. Okay, so the second verse for the English version says, watch me go, now I sink down, all alone away. Where am I? A dark haze clouding up my eyes. Watch me go, drenching myself all night away, so that even the morning gets drunk and doesn't arrive. Okay, let me think about this. Same vibe. The vibe is he is escaping hard. Like, there is nothing about this type of escapism that is anything fun. Like, sometimes when we have problems in real life and want to escape those problems, we put on something fun. For some people, it's watching a comedy, or it's listening to music, or it's just going out and dancing, or just exploring, like, positive fun things. For other people, they look for escape at the bottom of a bottle. They go and drink, they go and smoke, they go and do drugs, they do not so positively impacting stuff. And I think that Jimin here is the latter. He is sinking down. Like, when I see sink, I think of liquid. So I'm thinking he's drinking himself to oblivion. He's all alone anyways. And he wants to keep being drowned in his self-pity. He doesn't, like, when you're depressed and when you're in so much sorrow, yeah, everything seems dark, everything seems cloudy. You're not really seeing the light, because to you it seems like there is no light. I feel like this was happening here. That second verse in the Korean version, it explicitly states that he is escaping and he's drinking just so that he gets drunk and the morning doesn't arrive. Like, it's very straightforward. It's very straightforward that this is what he's doing. But for the but in the English version, it's more metaphorical, it's more abstract, but it's the same kind of vibe. You want to escape and you're choosing the negative way to do it. Drinking, drugs, and all that kind of stuff. You're doing the negative side of escaping instead of the positive side, like listening to music and dancing, going out, exploring, having fun, watching fun things or funny things, yeah, same vibe, but very different in his execution. The English version is very metaphorical. The Korean version is straightforward. This is what I'm doing to escape. Now, the pre-chorus for the English version is, I can hear the voices listening. I don't know who they are. Trying to take the pressure off. Been reaching for the stars. Tell me, will I find myself again when I go too far? Yeah, I know. I know. My man is slipping. None of this lyric paints anything about a stable mental health. Yeah, when you're hearing voices, you're down bad. You're down bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, what does the Korean version say? In the loud music, I get faded out. A cliche story like a drama, I get used to it. Have I come too far to find the me that you used to know? You know. Okay. I think, let me see. Again, similar vibes, but the English version is very much literal in this particular case. Sorry, okay, not literal. Very much, it's not shying away from the negative effects of what he's doing, of his chosen method of escape. He's hearing voices. He doesn't know whose voices they are, so that means that the voice, because we know that like crazy is happening in the club, right? If you're hearing voices in a club, that's fine. It might be some random people talking, but we also know that it's more metaphorical than actually in a club. So if you're hearing voices, you don't know who those voices are. It's hammering home the fact that these voices are in his head. He is not okay. He's not well. These voices are in his head. If he's hearing voices, but he knows who those voices are, then we could assume that the voices he's hearing are people around him, passerby around him, or his loved ones around him talking. But that's not what it says. It says he doesn't know who the voices are, so we can assume that, yeah, especially after he says he's drowned, he's sunk down, and if he's hearing voices still, yeah, it's in his head. Trying to take the pressure off, been reaching for the stars, tell me will I find myself again. Okay, I am very much thinking of the Get Out sunken place metaphor, where you are drowning inside your head, but a part of you knows that is not a good place to stay, and so you're trying to reach out to the stars, to the sky. You're trying to reach out for some help, because for you to get help, you have to put yourself in a position to be helped. So you have to meet halfway. You have to reach your hands out so that somebody else can meet you halfway and grab you and pull you out. So in this case, he's trying to reach out for help, contemplating if he's going to get that help. Tell me, would I find myself again when I go too far? Is he that far gone that people can reach him, that he can't be saved, that he can be helped? That's kind of, damn. This is so dark. This is like, I keep saying that it's dark. It's worse than I thought, but yeah, it really is dark. It really, really is. The Korean version is very straightforward. It has nothing about painting a picture of trying to get help, but it's very much straightforward in the sense that he's listening to loud music. He is escaping using that loud music. It's cliche, yes, where you are going through some terrible stuff and you try to get drunk and you cover your ears and you don't want to hear it and you try to not think about it or think about solutions to get yourself out of it. But at the same time, he also recognizes the fact that has he escaped so thoroughly that he's unrecognizable anymore? Very, very, very different way of, because here he's not asking for help. He's laying the fact that I'm in trouble, but he's not reaching out for help at all. But here he very much is reaching out for help. It's just so interesting. Oh my gosh, this is the same song, by the way, just different word choices, and therefore the meaning of those words that are chosen paints a slightly different picture, just slightly different. The general idea is there, dude wants to escape a terrible relationship, whether it's a relationship with another person or relationship of another aspect of himself, whatever it is, they're not on the same page and they're fighting, and he is miserable because of it. Okay, so moving on to the chorus. I would rather be lost in the light, lost in the light. I'm out of my mind. Can you help me numb the pain? Each night you spin me up high. Emotions and ice, let me have a taste. I'd rather be lost in the light, lost in the light. I'm out of my mind. Holding on to the end of the night. Every night you spin me up high. The moon with you in its arm, let me have a taste. Okay, so... Yeah, the English version in this chorus part is pretty straightforward. I don't want to be here. I do not want to be in reality. I don't want to be in reality. I want to be lost. I don't want to think about the consequences of my actions. I'd rather just close my eyes and forget about everything else. Keep being out of my mind. I want the pain to be numb. Pain is usually an indicator of you fucked up. That's usually what it is. You stub your toe on the corner of the table, you fucked up. You are being an asshole to somebody that you love, and they tell you straight up and you're hurt because of that. Yeah, consequence of your action. It's not great. Pain is usually not a good time. It can be helpful, yes, but people don't want to feel pain. I don't want to feel pain. I'd rather numb it. I would rather have to escape from it. But the choice word of numb here, instead of like heal me from the pain, heal is a much more positive departure from pain, because you have healed from it, right? You have experienced it, you accept it, you have taken steps to make sure that said actions that brought on that pain has been addressed. But he doesn't use heal here. He uses numb. Numb is a much different way of escaping pain. It's recognizing the fact that the pain is there, but you're not going to deal with it. You're not going to address it. You're going to try to escape it completely without ever trying to heal from it. You just want to numb it, but not address the underlying cause of that pain in the first place. So yeah, the use of numb is still very much in line with Jimin still trying to escape from reality, because he doesn't want to address the underlying issues that's causing him pain in the first place. Each night you spin me up high. Yeah, I would say that this also falls in line with the escapism theme we're going with here, escapist theme we're going with here, where again, each night you spin me up high. This is a very direct reference to the club. You go to clubs. He is going to a club to just when you spin yourself and you spin, and you get dizzy, your mental faculties are not as sharp anymore. You can't think straight. You can't even stand straight, much less walk straight. You are cloudy. You can't make good decisions because your brain is all like, you're like that. That's him. He goes out specifically to have his brain be all fucked up, be all cloudy, be all dizzy, just so he can think straight, he can walk straight, he can do anything no, he cannot face reality because he's too busy being spun around. He can't face reality. That's that line. It very much fits with the escapist theme we're going with here. Emotions and ice. I read that in two ways. One could be that he is drinking alcohol, and alcohol, a lot of people drink it with ice and whatnot, and he is drowning his emotions with alcohol. That's what I read it as initially. But the more I thought about it, the more I feel like it could also represent the suppression of his emotions, the numbing of his emotions. Because sometimes when you want to not feel something, especially something that's causing you pain, you numb it. And how do you numb it? With ice. So if he's trying to numb his pain, he's using ice to do it. I feel like that's what this line is representing, emotions on ice. Let me have a taste though. By itself is absolutely not what I would assume to fall in line with escapist mindset. Because let me have a taste. If a man is saying that to a woman, or if a man is saying that to another man, or a woman is saying it to another woman, or any gender is saying it to any other gender, has a connotation of sexual innuendo, I would say. Let me have a taste. I cannot flirt for shit. But that's in general, okay? But it's put in a context of a broken up relationship, an escapist mindset. So I would say that this falls in line with the drinking yourself to oblivion so you don't face your reality. In this case, he wants to have a taste of that alcohol. He wants to keep drinking that alcohol. He wants to keep burying his emotions, his pain. He wants to keep numbing it on ice with a drink. So that's kind of where I'm assuming the let me have a taste comes in. It's an interesting word choice. Not one I would use, but then again, I am not a songwriter. Now, if we were to look at the Korean version, I'd rather be lost in the light, lost in the lights. I'm out of my mind. Yeah, okay, same thing. Hold on to the end of the night. Every night you spin me up high, the moon with you in its arm. Yeah, this is a bit more metaphorical in terms of, okay, now, only this line is metaphorical. This one is pretty straightforward. Hold on to the end of the night. He wants to be drunk throughout the night and just hold on. Like, just for that night, let him not think about anything with consequence, let him not have to face the reality, let him just keep drinking and just keep on escaping throughout that night. Like, just, it's one more day, one more night of not having to deal with your issues. And I feel like a lot of people will relate to that. I definitely relate to when I'm escaping from things that I'm supposed to be facing. Every minute counts. I appreciate every minute that I have to run away from not facing that thing, much less every night. Like, you give me a night to not have to face the reality of what I have to go through, I'll take it. I am not a brave person at all. If I have the opportunity to be a coward, I probably, like, 60% of the time I would be a coward. Like, the remaining 40% would be divine intervention for me to be brave. But I feel like a lot of people understand that, you know, like sometimes you want to escape just for one more day, one more night. So I feel like that's what Jimin is referring to here. Like, he just wants to hold on to the end of the night. Like, just let him escape. He's begging us. Every night you spin me up high, the moon with you in its arm. Yeah, moon is still kind of referencing night and everything. He really wants to escape, whether it's through a bottle, whether it's through making himself dizzy enough that he doesn't have to pay attention to it. Yeah, man is not in a happy place. Post chorus, give me a good ride. Oh, I'm falling. Oh, it's gonna be a good night. I'm falling. Forever you and I. Yeah, give me a good ride is very much, the sexual innuendo has just upped, is like, it's right up there, especially after Let Me Have a Taste. The give me a good ride is very much sexual in nature. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry that was loud. It's very much sexual in nature, but we know that this is not a fun song. It's a very depressing, dark, sad song. And let's put that into context. Okay, so in this case, let's say they wanted to go for one last hurrah together. They want to stay together just for a little while. But And that's the good ride. Like, let them have a good thing going again for that one night. Let them escape whatever problem they are and just meet together and stay together and just have fun for that one more ride. But the part that's in the background, here it's highlighted in parentheses, where yes, Jimin is having a good ride with the other half that he is battling with, but in the back of his mind, he knows that he's still falling, that this is not gonna last, that this is just in his head, basically. It's not going to end well. Yes, it's going to be a good night. No, it's not. Like, but no, it's not. It's so just, it's so sad. Yeah, and sometimes we have that where we want so bad for something good to happen, for the good thing that we have encountered to be true. We want so bad for it to be true, but there is a part of us deep down that knows it's not going to be true. He wants to have a good ride, but he's falling. He knows he's falling. He wants to have a good night. He's still falling. He knows he's falling. But on the other hand, he wants a forever between you and I. But we know it's not going to happen. It's just so upsetting. The Korean version lays it out just as well as the English version. The interlude is, saying just an emphasis on him wanting it to be a forever. Sorry, Jimin. I am so sorry. Third verse. All my reflection, I can't ever recognize. I'm feeling so alive, wasting time. Yeah, he very much is acknowledging the fact that he knows he's wasting time, but he's feeling alive. Like, this is what escapism does for you. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel alive. But you know that this is not gonna last. You know that you're just wasting time. He even says it, that he can't even recognize himself anymore. But it's fine because he's feeling alive. But he knows he's wasting his time. It's just... Okay, going to the Korean version. The me reflected in the mirror is going crazy endlessly. But he's feeling so alive, wasting time. Same vibe. Same vibe in the sense that, he would rather keep going crazy. He would rather keep wasting time. He can't recognize himself, but he's alive during this time. He's alive feeling like being lost in the lights. He's alive numbing his pain and clouding his eyes. He's alive doing all these things that are enabling him to keep not having to face his reality. Anyways, the chorus is the same. It hasn't changed. I'd rather be lost in the lights. Yeah, let me have a taste. Yep. Chorus is the same. Post-chorus is the exact same. He's just reiterating that, he does not want to be helped. As much as he says in the initial English version, he doesn't say it in the Korean version, but in the English version, he kind of insinuates that he's reaching out for help here. He's trying to take the pressure off. He's reaching for the stars. When you're reaching for the stars, you're putting your hand up and out towards the light. He's trying to reach for it. Will I find myself again? This is the only time he ever insinuates in both versions that he may want help to have help. Sorry, let me rephrase that. He may want help and no longer want to escape anymore. Like, how do I put this? As he's escaping, he is closing himself up. He's sinking down into his self-pity. This is the only instance where he insinuates that he might want someone to reach out to him and pull him out of that self-pity, pull him out of his world of escapism. But later in the second chorus, he just doubles down on the fact that, you know what? Nah, he'd rather be lost in the lights. He would rather be numbing his pain. He'll rather not have to face reality. This will break me. This is going to break me. Don't wake me. I want to stay in this dream. Don't save me. Don't you try to save me. I need a way we can dream on. Alone again, what's the point? So if at some point he may have barely insinuated that he needs help, he wants to be saved, this part, this very last outro, clearly states no, not at all. He takes it all back. He doesn't want to be saved. He wants to keep being in this dream. Don't you try to save him. Don't you dare try to save him. He doesn't want it. Yeah. That part was in English, so it stays the exact same in the Korean version. It's just a very heartbreaking song. Very, very heartbreaking. But it's a song that I can relate to, not romantically, but just in general, where there are things in your life you want to escape. You know you have to face it. Running away gets you nothing. But at the same time, you really don't want to have to face it. Every stolen moment that you can escape from it is welcomed. You love it. You want it. You want more of it. You want to keep being a coward just a little bit longer. It's not fun. Not fun at all. Yeah, okay. So that's Like Crazy English version. I think the next song I'm gonna do is Set Me Free Part 2. Yes, I should have done it before Like Crazy English version, but I don't want to. I wanted to do Like Crazy alone, Like Crazy, Set Me Free Part 2, Like Crazy remix, then Letter or Dear Army, whichever translation you want. But yeah, the next reaction commentary I'm going to do is Set Me Free Part 2. But okay, Like Crazy English version is, let me see if there are different songwriters compared to Like Crazy Korean version. I'm just happy Jimin is part of the creation of his song. I love it, again, when artists create art. Like, it's as simple as that. Let's see. Nope. Everybody stays the exact same. Yeah, everybody stays the exact same. Mini Money. I am like the ship collab name between Jimin and RM is Mini Money, and I'm here for it. I love this work that they put out together as a duo. I love Jimin's voice on it. I spent the entire time listening to Like Crazy, the audio, and just dancing to it and just vibing with it. It's so beautiful. If you don't listen to music with your headphones, I recommend listening to music with your headphones. At the very least, it's just beautifully well arranged, soothing, and oh my gosh. Okay, I cannot wait for the instrumental version. Oh my gosh, I would be like, I love well arranged instrumentals, so I cannot wait for the instrumental version and to listen to it with you guys. There really wouldn't be any much commentary, but I would love it. I would vibe with it. Like, am I the only one who likes instrumentals? Do you like instrumentals? Like, let me know. I wanted to watch, we'll like normally end it off with watching Jimin vibe with his album, but there's only one Like Crazy and we've already done it, so I'm not going to rewatch what we've already watched just to vibe with Jimin again. We love Jimin, but we have other of his works to get to, so we get to it. Yeah, I think from now on I will have my headphones attached with a cable to my laptop just so it doesn't disconnect. That was a technical difficulty that happened with the last video of Army YouTube is a Mess. It disconnected, and so you can only hear me, but you couldn't hear the actual audio. So hopefully with actually being connected with a cable, it's not going to disconnect. I bought this on Amazon for pretty cheap, and I was so happy. And then it came and it didn't work. And it turns out that for some reason, this cable is one of those cables or one of those accessories that Apple gatekeeps. So you have to buy it from them for it to work. So, yes, I had to go buy this one for 3 times the price on Apple just to make sure that I have something that works completely perfectly and I wouldn't have the same situation happen again. So hopefully this turns out great. Yeah, I don't have any other commentary to make other than diction matters. As you can see, the word choice for the Korean version is very different from the word choice of the English version. In some cases, they're a little bit more metaphorically, others are a bit more like straightforward. Like in some instances, the Korean version are very much, I'm getting drunk, this is how I'm escaping, while the English version might be more metaphorical, like, yes, I'm getting dizzy and I'm lost in the lights and I'm where was the one that was like, yeah, you're speaking in metaphors. I can hear the voices listening, I don't know who they are, like just very much out there. Now I sing down, all alone, away, a dark haze clouding up my, like just very abstract. And some of the Korean version is very much, this is how I'm escaping, this is what I'm doing. So diction matters. I will always do a side-by-side comparison when a song is translated because I want to know what is changed, how it's changed slightly, and yeah, that's kind of my commentary on Like Crazy. We'll get to Like Crazy remixes. There will only be one video for all the remixes. I don't want to do a separate video for Deep House versus UK versus instrumentals because I don't anticipate having much commentary on each of them. So we'll just have one video and we'll just look through all of them and have fun with all of them. That video would probably be a very much vibe heavy video. We'll just sit, we'll chill, we'll enjoy, we'll channel our Jimin that video. Yeah, so that's it. I hope to get this video out on time and I hope there are no technical difficulties delaying the release of this video. And if at any point there are if there's a long stretch of days that I'm missing on YouTube, I will be sure to communicate that on the community section of this channel. If not, you can always reach me on Twitter. My Twitter is right there on my channel. It's also linked on my channel. It's at DuchessBabyArmy. I'm usually on Twitter. If you can't find me on YouTube, I'm over there. So yeah, you can get a hold of me there. Yeah. That's it for today. I will see you when I see you. Thank you so much for staying with me. I'm sure this is going to be another long one. I don't know how long this is, but it's probably not going to be less than 30 minutes. I'm sure of that. Thank you so much for staying with me. As usual, comment down below. Have you looked through the differences between the English and the Korean versions? And if you have, do you feel like you were able to clearly tell this is Korean versus this is English? And did you theorize something completely different due to the word choices that are different in both versions, right? Like, let me know. I want to know. For me personally, I would say the vibes are the same, but the word choice makes one seem more desperate than the other, makes one be a bit more abstract, while another is a bit more straightforward. I would say in general, the English version is a bit more abstract, a bit more metaphorical, while the Korean version, it's usually a bit more straightforward. Yeah, that's kind of my takeaway from this. What are yours? I want to know. Please, 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 as usual, comment down below. Let's have a conversation. And if I haven't gone back to you on the comment section, just give me a minute. I'm reading through a bunch of comments and I'm replying to comments, so that takes me a while. If you'd like me to shout out comments starting from, let's say, after I finish a face, let me know. I think I would do that for comments that relate to. So if there are comments that I want to shout out, I would shout it out to its type of video. So for example, I want to shout out the comment about a music video theory. I'm going to talk about that comment on a music related video. I'm not going to talk about it on, say, a Varsity Magazine video. No. But if something is not music related, but I still want to highlight it, like I had someone who just had an amazing commentary on Spring Day. It's a song that I haven't listened to on this channel. I haven't commented on. I don't know the backstory behind it that much. I read what they commented on, but I haven't. They gave me sources, but I haven't like dug deep into it. But I still want to highlight that comment because they must have spent so much time and effort typing it all out, linking a lot of resources and everything. So I would like to highlight something like that, but because it's not a music related comment, I would highlight it when I'm talking about non-music related stuff. So if I'm talking about a video essay, for example, I would highlight that comment. So comments on video essays would go on video essays videos. Comments on music would go on music videos. Videos on music. That's kind of how. Does that make sense? Sorry, I was stumbling over my words there, but that's how I do it. I'm going to be showcasing comments because I feel like they need to be highlighted because you guys put in so much put in so much effort, and I want to have that effort recognized. So yes, that is the end of my video today. It's a really long one. It's a bunch of just catching up and me talking about what I've been up to, and I will see you in the next coming videos. Hopefully they would be out in a couple of days and not 12 days. I will see you when I see you. Bye.